Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Well, today I'm checking out the Scoutguard 3G Pro Cam trail camera. Now the model number on this one is MG983G-30M. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is show you the unboxing of the camera. There's a security case, and we've also got a solar panel. So let's start here. We've got two remotes. Now honestly, I have never ever used these because these are more if you're actually running the camera indoors in your house, and it's to activate and deactivate the camera. When you're using this outside, this is not necessary. You've got a small metal bit here which is just a mount where you can screw that into a tree or a piece of wood or something like that to mount the camera. We've got some nano SIM adapters. We've got an 8 gig SD card. We've got warranty card and the manual. Now we've got a USB cable. Okay, now you definitely need that, guys, because you've got to select the network for your camera on your desktop computer to start with. Now there's a strap here. Now this strap is just to go around a post or a tree. Obviously I've got a security box which I'll show you shortly. However, this is more when you're out doing pest control, or say for example you're out doing bird watching or something and you just want to set up a temporary camera for a couple of hours. This is the way to go. You've got the 3G aerial. I'll put that on shortly, guys. And we've got the camera naturally. Now let me just run into a couple of specs with the camera. Now this camera is a 3G camera. Now the advantage of that is obviously it's a lot quicker than 2G, but keep in mind too, guys, here in Australia anyway, 2G is almost phased out. Okay, it'll definitely be gone by later in 2017. Now the problem there is if you've got a 2G camera, well, it's basically useless, isn't it? All it is a manually operated camera where you've got to go up and manually check the photos, where this here sends everything to you automatically. You can set it up for that. Now it has a 30 megapixel camera, which is just ridiculous how high quality it is, honestly. It won't send you the pictures in 30 megapixel because they'll be too big to send like that. However, even the smaller pictures that it sends to the mobile phone are really high quality. It also takes full HD 1080p video with sound. So for example, if you're into bird watching or something and you wanted to set this up and you wanted to capture the whistles of various birds and wildlife, well, it's going to do that, and it really records in quite high quality, which I'll show you later in this review. Now it does have two-way communication. So in other words, if I want to send this camera, it's operating in the field and nothing has triggered it, but I want it to send me a picture, for example, I can simply text this camera, okay, because keep in mind it has basically a mobile phone SIM that's going to be installed into it. I can text this camera and it will send a picture directly back to me straight away of what's in front of it. Okay, so it's fully configurable. It's really good, and that's why I've got a couple of these cameras, and I highly recommend them for use in feral pest control. Now the IR on this, okay, so the infrared, we've got zero glow bulbs here at the side here, and you cannot see them even of a night time. Okay, normally you can see like a low dull red glow with a lot of infrared cameras. You cannot see a thing with this, okay? So it's not going to spook any animals, or if you're using this as a security device, honestly, people will not even know it's there until it's too late. It's already taken their photo. So really good. So it's got active real-time on-the-spot picture retrieval, as I say. It does MMS, GPRS, and email to your mobile phone or your email address. Now, what I prefer, guys, because you have to choose one or the other, basically, I like to have the MMS function where it just sends an instant notification via a text message to my mobile phone. Now it's also got a sound broadcast for a game call. So, if you were using this for hunting, for example, you can put different game calls into it for it to play, and you can activate that remotely. Or as I say, like if you're into bird watching, you know, you could put a particular bird whistle into this and, you know, then attract, you know, the different birds and capture the footage from there. So it's really, really handy. Now it supports up to a 64 gig SDHC card. With my previous ones, look, I've just gone out and got a 32 gig one. That's been ample, but you can, you know, get the 64 gig one, no problem at all. Now there's 3 tabs on it, top, bottom, and on the side. And opening it up here, you can see it's got a 3-inch color LED screen. Okay, so you can view your pictures and videos on that manually. It's also water resistant. Now it takes 8 AA batteries. Now what I'll do now is just basically run into that. Honestly guys, make sure you get decent quality batteries. Like you know, I highly recommend like the Energizer lithium batteries, okay, which I have here. I'll bring them over so you can see what they look like. I basically have them all set up ready to go. Okay, so these ones here, they will last honestly 10 times longer than your normal alkaline batteries in this trail cam. So let's put the batteries in. Obviously the minus to the spring end. So to set it up, obviously we want to put the aerial on, but I'll put that on in just a moment. I want to show you where the SIM and so forth goes. So just on the side here, your normal actual memory card will go in there. So let's just push that in. And you'll know when it's down because it won't pop out. There you go, and you'll hear the click. Now with the phone SIM, okay, so make sure that you've got the correct you know, bracket card around it, that it's not too small, otherwise you can lose it in there and it's very difficult to get out. Trust me, I've done it before. So just like so, but you've got to turn it upside down. Okay, and then just push in and then you'll hear the click once it's in there, okay. So all we do now is let's get the antenna on it. So it just screws on like so. Okay, so it comes with a solar battery charger, or I should say solar charging battery. Okay, now this works perfectly with this camera. Now I do sort of laugh because I've ordered a couple of these actual cameras now, and each time I get a different type of solar charger with it, but obviously they're improving, you know, as time goes on. So let me pull out everything there and show you that. Okay, so we've basically got a power cable, we've got a battery pack, and we've got the solar panels themselves. So when you open the solar panels, don't try to force it, guys. There's little clips on the end, just push them down, and then you can open it out flat. And then just a handy tip is just use the clips in to hold it out straight, okay, flat. On the back here, you've just got the cord there, which will obviously charge the battery. Okay, so this is the actual battery here. There's a button at the back. As soon as you push it on, it'll highlight up with how much charge it's got. Now there's only 4 LEDs and only 1 came on, so it's about 25%, just over. Okay, so I'm going to need to charge this. Obviously, none of them come, you know, fully charged. So the way to do that is you can either plug the solar into it and let it charge that way, which is probably a good idea because then it's free. Or you can actually use the cable that came, you know, with the camera, and you can plug that into, you know, a USB port, and then plug it into the battery pack here to charge it as well. It's your choice, whichever you want to do. So anyhow, let's get this set up for use with the actual trail cam. So just on the back of the actual solar panel here, you'll see there's 2 slots, okay? Now this basically just slots straight in. You'll hear a little bit of a click once it's in, you know, the full length. Now all you got to do is just pull the power cable out here, just to the side, and you can see on the side here, I'll bring it up to the camera. Okay, there's an input there. So all you do is just simply plug it in. So if, for example, you wanted to charge this via, you know, actual solar or sunlight, just throw it out in the sun like this and it'll charge up no problem at all. So once that's in, on the top here you've got two actual outputs. Okay, now for our camera, obviously we're going to use the USB like so, and then under the camera itself you'll just see a tab. You pull that to the side, push it in, okay, and that's actually, you know, is a really good seal there because obviously it's water resistant. So, and then that's it, it'll work that way. Now what I find with the camera is, I mean, if you've got solar power, okay, and enough solar power, it will automatically run from the battery pack here and the solar. Now obviously if there's not enough power, then it will default back to the internal batteries on the camera, so it's really handy for that. Okay, so let me show you the security box, guys. It's basically in 3 bits and you've got 2 small little screws, okay? Now this can be a little bit tricky with setting up, trust me. Okay, so when you put the camera in, okay guys, it's pretty straightforward. You can't really sort of stuff it up. The holes at the back here allow the brackets to protrude, you know, should you be using a strap, but obviously we're going to go for a more secure solution. So what I like to do here, guys, is, and I'll show you this out in the field, is just standard roofing screws. Okay, they go perfectly to fit into the side there and secure it into a post or a tree. Okay, so obviously you put them in and you mount this up against a tree or a post. The camera then goes in, and this part here, okay, you actually have to angle it down so it goes through the 2 slots at the bottom, okay? Just like so. And then when it goes over the top, you just put the tabs and pull down. Now, this is the trick here, guys. If you go using, on this padlock hole here, if you go using like a small padlock, right? You put it through, there is going to be enough height for someone to just to walk along and push up and clear there, okay, and open the actual case. So what you need to do is use a thicker lock. As you guys can see, a Ruger lock, they come in handy. So it's a bit thicker, so you can't clear it, okay, it locks it in. Now, obviously on the other side too, I'd probably recommend just putting a little zippy tie or just something like that, a bit of wire through there just to help secure it, okay? Okay, so let's just make sure that the camera is functioning correctly before we go into the setup on the desktop computer. So open the camera up, just the top, bottom and side tabs. Now obviously we've got our batteries all installed, just make sure they're all down correctly, give them a push. Now there's a 3 position setting on the button here on the camera, okay? You've got off, set up and on. So let's move it across 1 to set up. And then you'll just see it come on here. Okay, and it's saying searching for the network, please wait. And you can see here, okay, it's in 30 megapixel mode. We've got our SIM. We've got 7.5 gig free. Obviously that's how it just works, it all formats it. And let's just wait for this to pick up on a signal. Okay, so it took a little while there, guys. So it's come up Telstra 3G. We've only got 1 bar because obviously we're inside here. So yeah, that's working correctly. You've got a menu button here. Now you can just, scroll through all the different settings there. We need to still set it up on the desktop, okay, for it to recognize the actual SIM. Okay, so plug your trail camera via the USB cable into your computer, open the camera up and make sure it's in the off position. Once you do this, you'll see on the LCD display it'll come up with mass storage, okay, then it'll turn itself off after a couple of seconds. Don't need to switch the camera on, you can change the settings and everything in it without having to switch it on. So once it's plugged in, okay, you need to go into your browser and go to bodyguard.com just here. Then there's a download section here, so just click that. Then down here we've got BMC config for PC setting. You need to download that program. Now, if you're using a Mac like I am, just run Wine or another PC emulator and the program will work, no problem at all. So once you've downloaded it, okay, so it'll come up like so. It'll come up blank to start with, but obviously because I've previously edited my cameras on here, it comes up with settings. So you just select it, it'll come up with the photo on the left here, so you know it's the correct one. Remember my choice, hit OK. Now, this is the most important part. Select Australia and Telstra. That's all you need to do there. Hit the internet settings and you'll see that it's automatically populated, okay, for Telstra there. Now, just in here, look, I don't use the email, okay. I like to have it send directly to my phone with a picture message. So just put in whatever here, you can just, doesn't matter, just whatever. And whatever port, okay, save settings, yes. Okay, so that's saved that in there. And you can see here when it has, because it'll come up with the receive email number 1. Even though we're not going to use that, you still have to fill it out. Now, what we want to do here is the camera setting. We want to change that. So let's just go through it all. Pretty much what we did manually. Okay, but let's just go through and check it again, because this is going in via another way to change the settings, which you have to do to set up your carrier, being Telstra. So language, English, time lapse off, photo size 30 megapixel, the game call is off. If you want to add the audio, this is how you do it. You put it on and then add audio from there, and you can record the different game calls, upload it to the camera. Now, photo burst, we want 3 photos, the trigger, normal. Let's do pics and video. Security mode is off because that's obviously internal in the house, as I said. PIR interval, let's drop that. No, we'll leave it at 5 seconds because that's usually what I have it set at, and that usually is spot on. Video size, full high definition, yes. Video length, 10 seconds. SMS control on, we want that, yes. We don't care if it uses a little bit more power. Camera position off, and it's got the time there automatically. So work hours off, because it doesn't matter, we don't want to limit it to certain days. We want it to send to the phone via MMS, and we don't want it manually, we want it instant, okay? Now in the maximum number of settings here, or maximum number of photos I should say, it says unlimited, but I've found previously when I've selected unlimited, I've had problems with it actually sending to my phone. So all I've done is just dropped it back to 99, and this is per day, okay? So look, put it on 99 and you'll have no problems there. So let's hit OK, save all parameters, yes. Okay, now in the admin number here, this is the admin number being your phone number, okay? Not the actual mobile SIM number that you've put into the game caller, into the trail cam. It's the actual mobile number that you want the trail camera to send pictures to. So, put in your number there, so whatever it may be, but also put it in under phone number 2, because what I've found a lot of the time is if you just put it in under the admin number, yes, you'll be able to change things remotely with the app, or if you're on Android with the Android app. However, it won't automatically send to the number unless you double up basically. Now phone number 3 and 4, so if you've got a partner, or you've got a kid, brother, sister, whatever, and you want to put their numbers in, then you can put that in as well. It's as easy as that. So, and it will automatically send to them everything, okay? It'll send the pictures to them, but they won't be able to edit any settings unless they're the actual admin. So I hope that makes sense there, guys. Okay, so all you need to do is just save and exit, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to get out on the farm. I'm going to set this up manually, as in install it on a tree, and just show you exactly how it works, okay? Alright guys, so obviously you want to pick a fairly sunny area so that solar panel maximizes its energy. Now just a decent sized tree like this, now we've just got a path, one of the tracks here on the farm. So all I'm going to do is just put the back part on first, So all we really want to do is just sort of line it up. Okay, don't put it in all the way because you want some leverage on the other side of it. So with the camera, just open it up. Make sure you're turned on first because obviously you don't want to put it in unless it's turned on. So all the way across to the left. And you'll notice with it, probably won't see it in the daylight here, but there's a red flash. Okay, now that flashes for several seconds before it actually activates. So let's just sit it in there. Or you can put the front on through the slots, either way. Lean it forward. Pop the camera in. And then put the top over there like so. So it's still flashing, it's just stopped flashing now. Okay, so the solar panel here, I've just got the bracket on the back here. Now, if you untwist the bottom part, you can see that it's just basically a screw, and you can screw that into a tree or a post or something and just angle it towards the sun. Okay, so most trees it'll just go straight into. It's a bit of elbow grease. Just put the bracket on there. And as you can see, that's nice and sturdy there. That's definitely not going to blow away. Now all we do is just the USB cable with the power outlet on the end. Push that up underneath the camera. And then around here on the outlet, just plug the USB cable in. And that's it. As simple as that, guys. Once it's set up, it's really easy to maintain. So I mean, look, you could swap it around, have the cable here, or you can you know, just nail the cable down into the tree just to make it a little bit more secure. But you know, you pretty much get the idea. So let's take a look at the quality of the photos and the video that this camera takes. Alright guys, so this is just to show you what comes through on the phone. So just name it whatever you want as a contact. Okay, I've just named it Trail Camera 7. So then you just touch the photo and you know, you can zoom right in. And I mean, this is just the low quality photos that are actually coming to your phone. Let's show you the high quality photos now. Audio, great quality video, and just fantastic quality photos, and it just gets sent straight to your phone. Now the camera, security box and the battery pack with the solar, as you see it there, is available from Pro's Choice down in New South Wales. Now that's where I get mine from. It's going to cost you $700 including the shipping for everything you see here. Okay, the only extra that you've got to do is obviously buy a padlock, you know, buy the SIM card on whatever plan that is, and buy the 2 bolts just to secure it into the tree. So look, honestly guys, it's just peace of mind. If you're out on a remote property, especially, like, you just know who's getting about on the property. And like I say, I've got several of these and they're just fantastic, especially if you're going out, like you're hunting or you're into conservation, animal watching, whatever it is. I honestly cannot fault them. The only negative that I will pick out is at times, okay, sometimes you'll have something that'll go past the camera and it doesn't pick it up. Okay, that's very rare, and usually it might be just the speed of the actual object going past. So if it's a car or something like that, for example, so then you just have to turn the trigger rate down from that 5 seconds back to a second and play around with how many pictures it takes. So, Anyhow guys, I know it's been a little bit of a long-winded review, this one, but it's very important that I show you how to step-by-step set this camera up. Otherwise you'll probably be ripping your hair out trying to do it. But honestly, it's one of the best that I've found, and I've used several different types of trail cams now, and this one certainly stands out as the best. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the review, so till next time, we'll catch you then.